Here we go. Here we have what looks like 2011, 2012, maybe a 13 Grand Cherokee. All right. Customer states, check engine light, verify it is there. But let's plug in, check what's going on. Let's turn down their jams a little bit. Customer stating startup. He fires it up, runs rough. I feel it running rough right now. Let's see, I'm guessing it's a misfire. Question is, which cylinder? Injector 5, circuit open, easy money. Usually, most cases, this code, I mean, it could be a wiring issue. Most cases, it's an injector. But that's number 5. This is a HEMI, so should be pretty easy to access. And hood prop technique, of course. So number 5, right? You don't know how to decide which bank's 1 and bank's 2. Usually the one closest to the front of the engine's bank 1. So looks like driver's side 1, 3, 5. And I'll let you rest this on my head. So I always want to make sure the harness is good. I mean, pop that off. So let's save that, put it back in. So sometimes these, you unplug them and plug them back in, and believe it or not, they'll reset and start working again. I'm not saying that's the fix, I'm just saying that's a quick way to see if it's only an injector issue. I said sometimes, not always, okay? So I know I should have looked for this before doing all that. Honestly, it might just be me, but it seems to be idling a lot better. Alright, let's find misfire. Went too far back. Misfire data. System tests. It's at the bottom. Which cylinder's misfiring? Nah. Nope. Still running rough. Number 5. Hate that. Currently disabled, so it's not gonna pick. Tester. Make sure it is operating. And you know, sometimes I don't always recommend it if you haven't saved your info, but sometimes I like to save the information, save the code, write it down with the scanner. You can save it in here, clear it, and this is usually best when you have multiple DTCs, just so you're not chasing the wrong code. But yeah, always save your info, especially if you have freeze frame info. There's a lot of information that'll help you out diagnose these vehicles. You know, it's not always look at the code. You want to see when it happened and what's causing it. You know, whether it's a fuel issue, electrical issue. You know, some are hard to duplicate, so you want to see when it's set, like what speeds, where they come to a stop. There's a lot of information. Anyways, so yeah, I'm gonna test I'm gonna test the injector, test the connection, make sure circuits are good, because electrical problems are a big cause of the culprit of many problems. But yeah, let me finish up what's in the shop and get this in there and see if we get her figured out. Okay, so here we are, mode light set. Grab the best one that fits best, and what you want to see is fast pulsation here. You want to see rapid on and off. So I'm gonna go ahead and fire it up and make sure that's there. You can see that there. That is going. You can see the engine shake. It's misfiring. Obviously, you don't want to go too long, but you want to verify that the command for your injector pulsation is current, is active, is there. So we're going to go ahead and shut it off. And, remove injector, check it, and everything else looks good. We're replacing it. Like I said, that is number 5, driver's side, 135724668. So this is pretty easy to remove. You take these caps off. That's where your beauty cover sits on, and then there is, I believe, 10mm nuts. Same thing. Get those 4, pop it, lift it up, and swap it out. All right, so one big thing I forgot to tell you. Before removing the injectors and removing the fuel line, make sure to disable the fuel system. Usually pull the fuse or relay for the fuel pump, cycle a few times till crank it, shut it off, crank it till it no longer starts. So that relieves fuel pressure, kind of keep everybody from being a shot in the face with fuel when you're removing the fuel line. Anyways, I was wrong. The style's all one piece, so the screw is molded onto this piece. So remove these. Usually you do all 4. I like to do only one side, and you get enough flex in this hose that runs over that you're able to lift it up enough to get this injector off. A lot of times there's still fuel in here, so when you remove that injector, it pours fuel down and it'll get down into your cylinder, and which make it hard to start when you first fire it up. So you know, you could use something, a towel, rag or something, to catch some of that fuel so it doesn't spill all too much into that cylinder. If it spills, no big deal. Memory space. Anyways, so yeah, no big deal. Then there is a clip that you remove to get the injector off. Just use a pick for your hands, and you'll be able to get this off. So I'm gonna go ahead, remove this, grab the new one, swap it in, put it back together, and then we'll go from there. Here's the old injector. Nothing obvious. Sometimes you can see these plugged up, or nothing obvious on this. So internal failure, but something that happens a lot of times when you get these out. This O-ring stays in the fuel rail, so make sure you get those out of the fuel rail before you install the new one. A lot of times I go in there with a hook pick or a right angle pick and go in there and look for it, rip it out, pull it out. But yeah, here it is. So now I'm just gonna grab the scanner, clear the codes, and go for a drive. So by the way, I don't know if I told you guys, but it's 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee with the HEMI 5.7 liter. So p0205, tested circuits are good. Removed the injector, replaced, clearing codes, and then take it for a test drive. And hopefully that's it. Good to go. We will find out here shortly. Alright, so we have started our test drive. So far, no flashing lights besides a tire pressure light. The global disable is no longer disabled, so misfire counter is in progress, meaning it is monitoring misfires now. Pull over real quick so I could get the scanner in a good view. Okay. So let's get a view of all 8. Currently, none are misfiring, which is a good sign because we had number 5 that was showing error, and that is not misfiring. It is in progress. So, like always, good test drive. We're gonna put a couple good miles on it. Double check it, make sure no codes are coming back on, and then all is well. That's another repair. Alright, great. So test drove it, did great. Checked for codes again, no codes. Problem solved. There's a fuel injector, faulty fuel injector, had to replace. No big deal. 1 day job, not even a day, but you know, a couple hour job between diag and replacement. That light right there is just a tire pressure sensor. Which one? That's odd. Usually when it flashes, it means it has a bad sensor. Maybe I'll check that out. Service tire pressure system. I don't know. Maybe I'll look at it real quick. Anyways, check engine light fixed. Yeah. Thank you.